guys! I'm sorry this is late. My Thursdays are starting to get a little hectic. I think I'm going to have to start bugging Kat for her question ahead of time and filming on Wednesdays so that I'm not getting this up so late for you. Mostly for Sarah, because I don't want her to have to do things late either, especially with her Fridays. Anyway, speaking of Sarah, her question was our embarrassing music tastes. Oh, I have a lot. Most of you guys have already mentioned them. I don't really mind Nickelback all that much. I don't listen to them constantly, but I have a couple songs I like. Hanson's cool. Hanson is not cool. Just say you like here. But I like them. Jesse McCartney. Kind of ridiculous considering how young he is. I don't know. I guess I'm not usually too worried about it. I like poppy, silly things. I've got everything from Metallica to Slayer to Hilary Duff on my freaking iPod, so there's no shame there, really. I don't really care if people know. What was Anna's question? Oh, Anna wanted to know our favorite childhood cartoons, and for mine, it depends on how far back you want to go. Really, really little was probably Sesame Street and all the normal little kids shows. I can remember with my sister watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She was in love with Biker Mice from Mars. I don't know if any of you ever watched that. She loved that damn show. I was a big fan of My Little Pony and the Care Bears and Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake. And then when we got older, Kat mentioned Pepper Ann. I haven't thought about Pepper Ann in forever. And there was another show called As Told by Ginger that I liked a lot too. I watched Rugrats and Doug and Angry Beavers and All Real Monsters. Man, they don't make them like they used to. And I think you can watch most of those on Netflix now, which is kind of cool. And then through like high school, my favorite cartoon was Daria. I freaking loved Daria. And I had a friend that used to call me Daria, I guess because I was quiet and kind of sarcastic in high school. Not me, I know, never. And maybe because of the glasses too, I don't know. So yeah, that probably counts too. Cody's question was how old do we think we actually are inside, I guess, personality-wise. I'm kind of with Kat. Sometimes I think, parts of me think I was born in the wrong century. I love the Victorian era, and I love the 20s, and I love all the fashion and reading about them. Ultimately, though, I probably would have been burned as a witch if I was back in the 1700s. Not good. And I probably couldn't tolerate the fact that women were so looked down upon, even in the 20s, that I probably wouldn't ultimately have gotten along very well then, but I love the era. Anyway, that's not really the question, I guess. The question was, how old do I think I am? And growing up, I'm like what Cody said, I always thought I was an old soul. Even when I was 5, 6 years old, Mom would say, you know, I was 5 going on 30. And now, though, I feel like I'm kind of hitting that plateau where I'm meeting up with that. I don't feel like... Sorry. My camera decided it was full or something and shut itself off and after I had gone through all the rest of my questions, which sucks. Anyway, trying to remember where I even was when it cut out. I'm kind of maturity-wise at a point where my age and my maturity are pretty level. I'm not quite at 30. I think 30 is a little scary still. 30 is babies and houses and responsibility. But I'm not at 25 either. I'm not still partying and going a little crazy. It's somewhere in between. So, Cody, there's hope. You'll get there eventually. And 25 will not seem so old probably by the time you're actually there. That's what happened to me. Anyway, Kat's question was, what sense would you lose if you had a choice? It's easier for me to think about what I couldn't lose, what I couldn't live without, to narrow that down. And for me, sight and hearing are too interwoven in my life and too interwoven together for me to do without either. So, to to imagine not being able to see artwork or sunset or holding my job even. I can't even fathom. And to not be able to hear music and picture the beautiful things that I've seen in my life or the beautiful things in my imagination. I mean, I couldn't. They're both too much a part of my life and have been for too long. Ultimately, the best thing would probably be for me to lose probably my taste. That would eliminate the need for all the bad foods that I like and maybe allow me to eat some of the good things for me that I don't particularly like. Like a food more as fuel than pleasure. And smell possibly too. I'd miss being able to smell all my Lush stuff and my perfume and flowers. But ultimately I don't think it would like alter my life to not have that. So probably one of those two. More than likely taste than anything else. My question, I tried to ask Brandon for input. He was absolutely no help. He stared at the wall and hemmed and hawed for 15 minutes before finally just saying, I don't know, you have to decide. So what I came up with, because he was staring at my Harry Potter books, was, I almost just said, if Hogwarts is real, but that's not true, because we know Hogwarts is real, our letters just got lost. If we had gone to Hogwarts, like we should have, what do you think your favorite class would have been and why? I think mine probably would have been Charms, just because I think Professor Flitwick is hilarious, and probably would have been a really fun teacher to have. And I also think Charms, for me personally, would be one of the more useful things to learn. Transfiguration is cool and everything, but ultimately Charms is where you learn everything that would make your day-to-day life easier and make it non-muggle. So, the cooking and the cleaning and all the crap that I hate to have to do by hand, that's where you learn how to do it in another way. So that's probably what I would have liked the most. Anyway, I'm sorry again about how late this is. I look forward to hearing all of your answers, and I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Murphy, you don't like your hood, do you? No. No. What's the matter, baby? Here. There you go. Is that better?
The wooden stuff. Yeah,
What's that, baby?
It has to get washed.